Hey guys, welcome to another podcast. Um, this time we're gonna be doing the monster. We're gonna be talking about the Monsters Inc. VHS.
Yeah, so some people who have seen Jack's previous videos, we have covered the DVD version of Monsters Inc., where we go through all the bonus features and the menus and the menu screens and the previews. This time around, we're going to be covering the VHS, like what Jack mentioned. And from what I hear, the VHS version is actually Jack's favorite VHS, and you're going to see why just in a moment.
Yeah. Um, just like last time, I'm gonna be typing down the supplements and stuff like that. And who's gonna be talking about them? Starting with the. You already know how they start off.
They always start off with the blue uh, FBI warning screens. At least it wasn't like Fox DVDs where you get like a big red FBI warning and you get some darker red words that says Fox everywhere in the background. And yeah, but yep, like, and that's what I kind of like about Disney films back in the day. They actually give you like some kind of warning screen to let you know that like infringement is like against the law and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who may be asking, are we going to cover the Blu-ray versions of the movies for Pixar? No, we are not, because for number one, the menu screens are kind of plain, bland, and boring, and not to mention that the special features, nah, the special features are kind of they're kind of a bit boring. Although the only version that I kind of liked about the Blu-ray is the 2009 Blu-ray, but still we're not doing Blu-rays because although Blu-rays are fun, they just don't seem to like have that much Disney magic like it was back then. Anyways, the next thing that we have
I'm just.
after the blue warning screens
I'm currently typing it down.
should be coming in a moment. Next up, we have the iconic bumper by Brian Cummings.
Coming sooner on video and DVD. Mm. I'm actually reading the supplements off of this wiki that I found them on, and typing them down. Okay, let me just. If you're wondering what the wiki is called, it's called the Angry Grandpa Media Library Wiki. Angry Grandpa's Media
Alright.
Library Wiki.
The first preview that we have is the Beauty and the Beast Platinum Edition or Special Edition. One thing you notice compared to the VHS is that the trailers for Beauty and the Beast Platinum Edition is actually kind of different. Because if you look at the DVD, it is actually kind of a bit longer because it's like it takes like I don't know 2 minutes, where they basically explain all of the special features and how the movie works. And but the shorter version, but the VHS one, it takes like I think 1 minute. It just takes 1 minute. Like Mark Elliott just explains about the that just talks about mentions critics saying about good things about the special edition. but also mentioned a new musical sequence called Human Again. For those who don't know what Human Again is, it is a song from Beauty and the Beast that never made it into the theatrical version, but somehow made a major success in the Broadway musical of the movie, and it was actually animated by the original creators of the film, and also the last collaborative efforts from Academy Award winning composers Alan Menken and the late Howard Ashman.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Lilo and Stitch. In the DVD version of Monsters Inc., we have Stitch crashing Beauty and the Beast, but this time around, it's Stitch crashes another Disney film. This time, it is Aladdin, where Stitch just stole Aladdin's girl Jasmine away from him. While he just says, "Go get your own movie." That's what every movie does. That's what every Disney film used to do.
Hey, get your own movie. Oh my gosh, that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay. Mm. Four.
The next preview that we have is a teaser promo for Inspector Gadget 2. Um, I've heard of Inspector Gadget, but never really got around to the animated series or the movie itself. But from what I recall correctly, Matthew Broderick, who was the voice of adult Simba in The Lion King, did not play Inspector Gadget again in the sequel. He only played the title character in the first one, and that was it. And that's probably it as far as I know.
The trailer doesn't even show any footage from the actual movie. It just shows these mechanics spinning around. It's hard to describe.
And the last thing it ends off with after the release date for the movie is you hear gears or nuts and bolts just flying around and clinging in the floor or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next up, once again, we got another iconic bumper from voiced over by Brian Cummings. This time it's coming soon to theaters. And what is the trailer for that? What is the trailer for that movie exactly? Or well, for the bumper exactly? Well, if you've seen the DVD of Monsters Inc., or if you own one at least, you know what we already have.
Yeah, just. Well, I had some technical difficulties there for a second. I accidentally pressed something. But we're back.
The preview that we have is a very interesting and a very iconic teaser trailer. This one is for Disney's Treasure Planet. Um, Now, I have not seen the movie itself. I've seen a few clips. I've heard some good things about it. I heard that it was underrated, but well, if you know what if you kind of seen me and Jack's podcast on the DVD of the movie, um, we already did mention that Jack did mention that although Treasure Planet is not interested for not his interest, the teaser trailer is actually very iconic. And as a kid, I always wondered what was that trailer music in the background. Little did we know that the music that was used for the teaser Treasure Planet was by John Williams, aka the guy who was known to do Harry Potter 1, 2, and 3, Jurassic Park, Jaws, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones. Oh, um, Jack disconnected on me for some reason. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're having a little bit of a technical issue there, guys. So, yeah. Okay, so we're experiencing some technical issues, guys. Don't know what's going on, but hopefully Jack gets back on here. My nose is itchy. Okay, so how long was that? It's like 6 minutes. 6 minutes later.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
That was frustrating. If that happens
Yeah.
again, and if that happens again, we'll have to end up redoing this, which will suck. Anyway,
Yep. Um.
we left off on the Stretcher Planet one, so
Yep. We have. That's out there.
Disney. Okay.
All right, so after that unexpected turn of events, we are back. After we have the Treasure Planet teaser, we have another bumper. It's probably the second to last one, and that is the coming soon to theaters from Disney Pixar. AKA a bumper that we don't see in the DVDs of Pixar VHS or DVDs. Sorry, the only time we saw it was in Toy Story 2 when we had a teaser for Monsters Inc., but never the one for before um, the Incredibles in Finding Nemo, and we never had that one in the DVD of Monsters Inc. either. And speaking of which, we have a teaser trailer for Finding Nemo. And just like the DVD, we have it's a teaser where um it shows Marlin and Dory swimming in the ocean asking for some directions to find Nemo, which is basically the title of the movie. Only that Dory decided to get a little go cuckoo by scaring away the schoolfish when they're giving Marlin that specific direction how to get to the East Australian current or East Australian current. I can't. My English is broken, but then that is until Marlin decided to shout something that something that he wants to have a bigger fish swallow him and will voluntarily go on a hook.
Yeah.
Marlin just wanted to end himself after that teaser. But I wouldn't get that far. It's a little too dark for kids. And the VHS shows something that we don't have in the DVD, and that is the premiering after the movie. It basically shows a bumper about to that after the film we get a short film um, with Mike and Sully called Mike's New Car. A very interesting short, actually a very hilarious one, and we'll probably get to that in the end.
Hold on, I gotta finish setting up my device. Hold on. Hopefully it doesn't get me out of here. Nope. I'm still here. Okay, that it's just saying nonsense. Never mind.
We also have the feature presentation promo, um, but we don't have the feature presentation just yet because we have a short film before that. And that short film is none other than For the Birds, which was basically a short film released in was released in, although it was a short film made released in 2000 at the Annecy International Animated Film Festival in France. It was actually released on here in the U.S. in November 2nd, 2001, shown in the not only the theatrical release of Monsters Inc., but it was also then shown again in theaters in March 22nd, 2024. It was paired. Actually, the short was actually paired in front of Luca, a movie that was released in theaters for its limited engagement on March 22nd, 2024. For the Birds was just a hilarious short film. I don't know why, but I liked how they don't give us like weird funny music where you get like some dramatic cues into it. You just hear some background music from Riders in the Sky, aka the guys who had done the Woody's Ground Up medley in the Toy Story 2 VHS.
Mm-hmm.
After that short film, we have a full screen format disclaimer. Most Pixar films have that back then. And then we are introduced to someone that we we will only see once in VHSs. And this would probably, I think, maybe this would explain why the VHS version is Jack's favorite one, as opposed to that Finding Nemo was on DVD. And that trailer we have seen once in a VHS, besides the digitally mastered Broadway promo, is the Moo Can with Tex the Robot. I never understood why THX just used digitally mastered Broadway promos for all VHSs. Meanwhile, Pixar, we just have a few. Well, despite Toy Story 2 having Broadway and Lucasfilm Ltd, most Toy Story films, or no, most Pixar films that I know of, has Tex 1 and 2, Tex 1 or 2. And The Incredibles, however, just has I don't know, what was it called? Let me look at that one. It was Cavalcade. It looks familiar to, I don't know, what was it? Looks familiar to the one from Terminator 2.
Probably is. And you know something? I'm glad Tex appears in this one because this is the most comedic of the early Pixar films.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I seen from the only time we see Tex in VHSs. And again, like I said, I never understood why most Pixar films just has a THX Broadway logo. Either it's digitally mastered or just Lucasfilm Ltd for some reason on there. After that, we have the actual movie itself.
And it's a really good movie, you know.
Yep. And when I was looking up the closing to Monsters Inc. on VHS, whether it would show the bloopers or it will not. And I found one
I
video that it actually did.
I I have it and it does. So
Yeah, I mean, for a second, I thought of the DVD version where you like they just show the actual credits rolling. I could be right or wrong. I don't know. Well, I was just looking up on YouTube and saw the credits that it's actually just the theatrical version before they had the bloopers and the Monsters Inc. company play. Actually, those two were actually very fun. Those were actually very fun to see. The only bad thing about Pixar is that after the bloopers from Monsters Inc., they stopped doing it anymore. So the last time we saw, so we basically only had it in three films: A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, and Monsters Inc. That's it. We didn't get one for the later films. Cars, I don't think we have bloopers. I mean, we have the animated epilogue. Toy Story 3, we had the epilogue, and that is probably pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know something? The bloopers at the end of the VHS are really fun to watch. Like, especially after that very heartfelt ending.
Yeah, they were. That's true. Even though the ending would have a few people crying at the end, we would later then have the credits just to have some giggles for it. I think that was a very clever idea, Pixar. Very clever right there.
And the Scream Extractor used to terrify me.
Thanks a lot, Tex. Thanks a lot. At least Sully was there to like actually destroy, like somehow pushed with all of his might, pushed that he actually pushed that scream extractor so hard that it actually broke. And then we don't see it again. Oh my goodness. That was a very good one.
And then Randall gets what he deserves.
Yep. He had what's coming.
Anyway, next up.
Mike's new car. A very hilarious short. Now, when I first saw it, I couldn't even tell if it's set after the events or before. I bet people has that same feeling as much as both of us here. And I mean, I don't even know what it is at all.
I think it takes place after the movie.
From the way I see it, maybe. Or actually, I think so. Yes.
Oh. All right, and finally, I gotta type it down.
If you think the VHS is done, nope. We have one more promo, and after that, after the hilarious shorts, we have Flicks Fun Fair. Not to be confused with Disney's It's Tough to Be a Bug from Animal Kingdom from Walt Disney World that actually unfortunately had closed down on um, March 17th, 2025 because they want to make room for Zootopia Better Zoo Gather. And yep, and that's probably it. There's nothing else but after that shorts. That's just or after Mike's new car. That's just it.
After that promo, it just goes to black, and yeah, it just ends there.
Yep, it just ends there.
Anyway, guys, it has been 34 minutes. It has been short. We were talking about a VHS tape here, not a DVD. That should have been expected.
Yep.
So, yeah. Next week, I don't know. We'll have to go into the debate of what VHS tape we'll do next week. If I wanted to do Stuart Little, then chances are Duke's probably going to watch the opening and closing of that VHS tape and probably watch the movie itself if he feels like it, or maybe just look the plot up. But But we
Yeah.
can do another Pixar VHS next week. Anyway.
Yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next week.
Yep. See you there, or see you the next time.